remember most about being 11 years old are red, black, and green sweat socks. And on Thursdays, we all agreed to wear our red, black, and green sweat socks. The thing was, though, we also had gym, which were these kind of very weird, crazy blue one-piece outfits. So it kind of created this alternate gym uniform that we kind of had our own team. The thing was, though, that we stood out in that school population because we were bused from black communities in Jamaica, Queens, to an all-white school in Flushing. We also stood out in another level because we refused to pledge allegiance to the flag because of the devastation that had occurred on families and young men in our community, kind of post-Vietnam War. My girlfriend Denise, though, did pledge allegiance to the flag because her mother worked as a cook in the school. So we completely understood why she needed to pledge. On Saturdays, Denise and I would go to the Bernice Johnson Dance School, and we had a recital coming up in about a year. So we would practice really hard. It was a ballet recital. And the Bernice Johnson Dance School was in Jamaica, Queens, right next to the bus terminal. And when we went every week, we would watch each other kind of practice and get stronger, and there were different moves that you could kind of perform and get better at and get better and better, and you could feel your body getting stronger and stronger. And Bernice Johnson Dance School was also a feeder school for the Alvin Ailey School. So you could also see the dancers who potentially could become dancers, or that dance would become their lives. Or at least that's what we hoped. So that was a completely different world and experience than the world that I was educated in Monday through Friday. 2 weeks before our performance, I was given a couple of items to help with my costume. And the costume, that required a bottle of gold spray paint, metallic, and a giant brassy blonde afro that I was to spray paint gold, and also my toe shoes. I did that. And the night of the performance comes. The performance is at Lincoln Center. It is a brand new Lincoln Center, brand spanking new. We arrive, we go downstairs, and we go up the kind of back entry staircase to the dressing rooms, which are kind of individual stations with lit mirrored stations each, and showers and couches. It's very luxurious. We felt very professional. We said, this is how dancers prepare for their performance. We begin to then cover our brown skin with tons of gold body paint from head to toe. We're given very skimpy, thin little bodysuits to put on. We attach our giant afros with bobby pins and carefully lace up our toe shoes. We then look in the mirror and at each other, and we are kind of amazed because we have really gone through this transformation. We no longer really look like children anymore. We go downstairs. We enter to the beginning of the stage with the stage manager, and he says, okay, wait a minute. We get on the stage, the curtains are closed, we assume our various positions. As the curtains open, we are kind of in these frozen positions and waiting for the cue of the music by Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Lady. We know this music in and out. We know it back and forth. We know you can take out one phrase out of that particular piece of music, and we could tell you where we were supposed to be on the stage. As the music begins, it has a different kind of feeling for us because Duke Ellington had died a couple of days before. The music begins, we begin to move. And from my perspective, it is my first performance. I look out at the audience as I'm turning and doing different things, and I feel this huge expression of sadness because I look out and it's completely dark, it's empty. I realize that there's something missing in me, that after all this practice, all of this rehearsal and dance and loving it, I look out at an audience and I feel I wish I were in the audience. I continue to dance. Then my mind shifts to, oh, okay, don't fall out of that turn. Breathe, keep going, don't slip. And I kind of complete this kind of triple spin, and I can then relax. But then my eyes go out into the audience again, and I pick a particular location in the audience where I want to be seated. So I go, about 5 rows back, not at the center, a little bit to the right. As I leave the stage, I have this overwhelming sense that I would like to be in 2 places at once. I love to dance, but I really wanted to be in the audience. We leave the stage, we go back up into the dressing room, and we begin to rub and take off this gold body paint with paper towels soaked in mineral oil. And we rub, and then we take showers, and then we have to clean up the dressing room because we have covered it with gold body paint. And then we look at each other, and we are children again. We go downstairs, our parents greet us, they congratulate us, we go home. 2 weeks later, my mother says to me, oh, I have some photographs. And I'm just amazed. I'm like, this is great. There's this opportunity here for me to actually see a part of this performance. I open up the envelope, I look in, and I try not to disturb the negatives. And there are these little images of these small little figures on a kind of murky blue, inky background. You can't really make anything out. So I'm devastated. I have missed that spectacular moment. I give the photographs back to my mother. I never go to dance class again. But I think that moment really did, for me, define something about performance for me, but also my desire for recreation or reenacting moments. And that has become an element that is played in the work on many different levels and has fueled many different ideas. So whether it is these kind of small occurrences or maybe very large moments, the indelible mark that they leave in terms of the memory is something that over the course of time becomes fragmented and distanced, but it persists, and it persists, and it persists.